and I just want to welcome you today. We're going to talk about how to hold the hook and the different ways people hold the hook. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just get this line drawn right across here. I'd like to just, the good thing about my Steadicam frame is that I can just do this. Like if I want to get to that side, rather than leaning in like this, I'm just going to turn my frame around. So you just get up, you lift it, it's very light. And I'm going to give it a turn. And oh, I lost some blues and some blacks here. And we might do some more sky today, but right now I just kind of want to get a base in here. And I'm a little bit confused as to what I want to do for the ground, but I feel like I want to go with gold. And just going to put the gold, like just put some gold and brown. Well, that is very brown. You can come right in and look around. We've got some guests in the studio. There we go. Okay, so I'm just getting a line here. I want a denim color for his pants. I'm not sure. Igor took 2 donuts, Angela.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said, can I take 2? He's like, he knew that they weren't going to be there. Angela and I spent the morning with my neighbor making donuts, and it was really, really fun. And they're in great shape, eh?
They are.
Yeah.
And they were delicious.
And they were delicious. They were really delicious. So I'm going to go with kind of a deep gold. Or I don't know if you're going to get a donut. I don't know if there'll be any left because they just went over to Mansour's. So let's talk about how to hold the hook. So people have, this is my little pouch. We're going to order some more pouches. We're getting really low on these. The little, when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. Okay. And it's true. You never know what you're sharing. I want to tell you a couple of little stories today. So about how to hold the hook. I hold my hook like I hold a pencil. When I was a child, I loved to draw and write. So I always hold my hook like I hold a pencil. And this little cushion on here is a grab-on from the dollar store. And I just split it and glue it. So any kind of pen grab-on. And it just keeps me from getting a callus right here. Now my mother held her hook like this. And so she wrapped her whole hand around her hook. And when she put her hook, her hand down, she lifted it up and she would go like this and make sure that her loops were perfectly even. That was important to her. I never did that. It's not for me. Some people hold their hook, like have a bent hook and they hook like this. The hook is bent. So the thing to do, I think, is to take your hands, like just loosen them up a little bit. And then if you're holding it too tight, you're putting tension all up your arm, and there's just no need for that. You really don't need to do it. All you need to do is just hold your hook really gently. Like I always say, hold it like you're meeting a little child, you know? And then hold your hook like that, and you just let you do have to, hold it tight enough so that it doesn't fall out of your hand. But that's about it. Where you don't have to get too tight with it. So I'm going to put the bronze color in here, and then up here I'm going to take this soft gold that I have, and even though there's a line here, I think this is all going to be gold colored. That's sort of what I'm interested in today. So I'm going to take this gold here, this is kind of a lopey yarn. So now I'm gonna, so that's the trick with holding your hook, is not holding it too tight. Like there's no strain on my hand right now. And I like that. I don't want there to be strain on my hand, right? Just relax. And with the Steadicam frame, it would be way better if, like when you see me on the live, I'm leaning in and hooking, right? But really, when you're home, you want to be bringing the frame to you and keep your back nice and straight. And that feels right to me. So try the hook in your hand in different ways and feel what feels natural and what feels normal, and then go with that. I need more of this. So we'll go in between here. Oh, we need a little piece of black in there. So little details like that, like this little piece of black in between her feet here. And let's talk about the shoes. So I'm going to put her in black shoes, and you see the foot is just really nicely shaped. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bar, like a line across her shoes as if she's wearing Mary Jane's. And then go here like this. And then, now you won't really be able to tell that line is there, but when I put the flesh color in, it's going to show that little line. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Kaylee, what are people talking about on the live today? Are they saying anything? We got any comments?
A couple highs. There's someone that's going to be coming to visit us on Monday.
Oh, good.
Kathy.
Great, Kathy. Thank you for coming.
Lots of people commenting where they're from.
Yeah.
Randy's from North Virginia.
Hi, Randy.
Kathy, the one that's visiting on Monday, is from Ontario. and
Hello,
she's in
Kathy.
PEI.
Yeah.
And
So now let's get in here and shape.
Oh, someone said that they're planting their annuals today.
Oh, well, that's good. I wonder where they live.
Hubbard's Beach.
Yeah, yeah. I planted a few already early, and we had some really cold weather, but they're marigolds, and they seem to be. Marigolds must be hardy. Maybe that could be the question of the day. What do you find is really hardy for planting in your area? What is the thing that just never fails you when you go to plant in your area? That can be our question of the day. So
Pasta.
you find hosta, and your land is so suited for hosta, Angela.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't it look so good there?
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
jealous. I want to be playing in the dirt.
In the dirt. The nice thing, the evenings are long though, so you can get to play. Hostas would probably be good over where you are. You can come in, Robert. Hi. How are you?
Good.
Did you get a donut?
No, yes, I did.
Wait.
Did you eat it?
Robert.
They're too good.
Oh,
The
They are-
donuts were delicious.
the
That
donuts.
donut was delicious.
The donut.
You just had
You
one.
only had one.
Do you have any left for Lorna?
No, I don't eat any.
Oh.
Laura's look like a donut if you don't stop eating. I'm done.
What are you doing, Robert?
I don't know. I don't have much to say today.
Oh,
For a change.
That's a first.
that's a
Yeah.
first, yeah.
So nice there. I'm giving up my mic.
You're giving up your mic? Okay, I'll see you later.
Okay.
That's my husband. He has Mansour's Menswear next door.
And you.
And my son has 30 Church, the women's clothing store. And they all work together. Okay. I just want to get my phone because I had a really interesting email this week, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. I'll be right back. So a lot of you get the Sunday letters. I was in Fogo last weekend. I had a great time. And I sent out my Sunday letter, and in my letters, and when I have an editor, a lot of times they say there's too many I's and you have to take the I out of it. Now the Sunday letters to me are like a diary, right? That's how I write them. So I had this really nice note, an interesting note, and it was just a reflection on the letters, and it kind of made me think. And she said, "Dear Deanne, read your latest Sunday letter with interest and curiosity. Noticed your use of the word I, counting 22 times. Describing the lady in the store as being in her 70s and likely dead now. Really dead? Surprising, Deanne. You have many admirers, followers, and customers in their 70s. Are we almost dead?" That was at the beginning of the letter. It said 35 years ago, right, that I met this woman who was in her 70s. So there was just a little missing point there. I just wanted to point that out. So the woman would be 110 now. So I did think that it was unlikely that she was still living, in fairness. So also, many country women have unique appearances and shouldn't, in my opinion, be put in an age slot. When we are younger, we view others differently. We've all done it, and that's true. And just a word on perms, which can look beautiful. Many ladies, even now, have perms for extra body in their hair. I won't go on, probably said enough. Trust you will remember us kindly, as we totally admire you, Deanne. Sincere best wishes, from Sandra. And I thought about that letter a lot, and I thought about the use of the word I, right? And when I write the letters, I am talking about how I see things and how I view things. So last week, there was a letter about a woman, 35 years ago. I was driving, and I was at the end of a dirt road, and there was a woman who was well into her 70s, and she was still holding on to that store, and all that was in that store was like an old bottle of castor oil and just some chips and bars and stuff. And it was just sort of interesting because to me it felt like, you know, the Alex Colville painting of the horse running against the train, and it just felt a little like that. But I didn't feel that she shouldn't be there. I loved that she was there and standing there stoic and holding on to what she wanted for her life. And I am turning 60 this June, so 70 doesn't really feel very old to me, to be quite honest. But I found it really interesting that someone can read the letter and really end up thinking something that's a lot different than I was thinking. I also thought about the use of the word I a lot, and I thought, it is true, like when you're in a role like this, you know, I'm here teaching every week to you, and I teach a lot. You do think about how you do things and what you think and what you believe, because I am a writer, and I do think about my thoughts a lot, and I do think in terms of I. And so last week when I was in Fogo, and I'm gonna write about this in a Sunday letter this week, but last night when I was in Fogo, I wrote about my story, and you know, in the writing, and when I read it, but I want you to think about it in terms of you. I don't want you to think about it in terms of me. I'm not writing so that you'll know me better. I'm writing because we are both here in this time and place, and that we might understand. We might not feel so alone. That's why I'm writing. So I just wanted you to think about that. So Sandra, I know Sandra, and I like Sandra very much. And I said to her, agreed. Every editor asks me to remove the word I, right? You know, you need to use some yous. But, you know, it's used far too much in my writing. And you will note that I said I met this woman 35 years ago, and I was just writing what I honestly thought. And as for perms, I was just describing what I saw, not meaning to judge. That was a story from my experience. It was about facing change. I turned 60 myself, so 70 does not seem old to me. And I do appreciate your note. And please know it was how I experienced it at that time as a woman of 25. And I would see it differently now too, perhaps. And I asked her if I could share this note on the live, and she said, sure. But I do want you to know that even with the use of the word I, because you can, you know, I don't mean to be egotistical. I just mean to share with you the life as I experience it. And that's all I'm trying to do, you know. I'm not trying to be the first in line or anything like that. So I just want you to know that from me personally, and that's honestly how I see things. And in every room, like there's 7 of us or 8 of us in this room now, and in every room there is an I, and in every one of those I's there is a story. And we each have our own story, and we can only tell that story as we see it and as we understand it. And that, I think, like the woman in this rug, I would say, has a story, right? She's there with a small human being and a big human being, and she's sharing her story, you know. And today I was with my neighbor, Shirley, and she was telling me that her granddaughter is graduating from university, and she has come, her great-granddaughter actually, she has come to learn how to make donuts and bread and different things, and that is her story, you know. So I don't feel like I don't write because my story is so important. I just write because I have a story, right? And I think we hook because we have a story, really. And, because we want to make use of the time that we have while we're here. So I just appreciated her note, and I just want you to know that the use of the word I don't use we, because I feel like then I'm speaking for other people. And I don't know what Lorna's thinking or Angela's thinking, or I believe you're thinking a lot of the same things, but I don't know it. And so that's why I don't use it that much. Anyway, that's my story today. And I just wanted, for some reason, that note struck me, and I wanted to share it with you. And so you can comment on that in the comments if you want or not, or you can just tell us what's your favorite plant to plant in your area, and I'm good with that too, whatever goes. So this is a lot of that gold, so I need to mix something else in that now. So I was kind of thinking,
What gold was that, Deanne?
what kind of gold? This was an Aliphaso Lopi, but it's very much the color of that gold that you have right there beside you.
Oh, the sunflower.
Yeah, the sunflower.
Sunflower,
And
yeah.
that's what I'm using now. So let's look at the yarns that we have here. We're gonna go over this way and show you these yarns. So we've got 4 different yarns, and 4 of them are studio dyed. And so, no, they're not. Oh, none of them, I'm mixed up. Okay, all right. Oh, backcountry. Oh, backcountry's back, is it? Mm-hmm. Great. So this is backcountry. Ooh, that is pretty. What is that? That's Oak Island backcountry. Isn't that nice? So that's a very spring feeling. And then we have the Etrophil Endemic right here. And they are beautiful together. So when you take 2 variegateds and mix them together, you get something really interesting, like something that is it's not repeatable. And then this is a backcountry from the Fleece Artist, and it is called Atlantic Ice. And this is this really called Rose Hill? Yeah, so weird. I don't think they're as good at naming things as you are, Kaylee. I don't think they are. There we go. So that's the Etrophil. And then this Etrophil is called Saggio? What do you think? You went to Italy.
Oh, doesn't mean I can read it.
And this one is called Chai Latte, right here. And this one is called Pea Shoot. Now, I just want to say that this one here, this backcountry, can you come in on that? Just to see, it has a sheen. And it's a sheen that I can only get with backcountry, right? It has a certain sheen to it. And you can see the difference. Now, this is the Etrophil, and this is an organic yarn, and it's called Mojito. Oh, this looks like a mojito.
I know that word.
Yeah, you know that word. How do you say that word, Kaylee?
Mojito.
Mojito. Get me one. Get me one. You knows that word. You're so funny. You're just the best. Okay, this skein is like mixed up because you can't untangle it. All right. Well, I want to untangle it. We'll just tangle it up later. There we go. So these are our yarns, our special yarns for this week. Get on there and order them. There's not a ton of any of them here, but we've got some of all of them.
We have lots of the blue one.
We have lots of the blue one. This blue one?
The Etrophil?
The Etrophil. We have lots of the blue organic, heirloom organic print Etrophil, the blue one. Okay, so there we go. And they're all under new products?
Yep.
Okay, let's go back and hook a bit and wrap it up. All the donuts are gone, so if you come in this afternoon, they've been eaten, sorry. But we sent the last of them over to Man's Horse. Cush took them over because it was 5 after. She said, it's 1 minute after 11. You can't go. I was on my way. I like delivering the donuts, especially saying I made these donuts. I mean, who gets to say that?
Time to make the
I didn't
donuts.
really make them, though. I don't think they... I liked how she sifted. Like, she sifted the flour, and she like, put some dry ingredients, some wet ingredients, some dry ingredients, and some wet ingredients to make her batter, Lorna. Do you do that?
I've only made donuts a couple times.
Yeah.
So I can't really remember.
Wow. It's a great recipe. And we're not giving you that recipe today because that recipe is going to come out in something special that we're doing. And no, it's not a cookbook. but it's just something special that we're going to be doing for our community and other communities.
And her husband was the sweetest.
Isn't he
Oh my
beautiful?
gosh.
Yeah,
He was helping make the donuts,
Yeah.
frying them up.
frying them up, and he knew how to do it.
Oh yeah.
He had a big old fork that he used. So, how to hold the hook? Don't hold it so tight. Just go easy with it. Just hold it gently, like a hand, like you'd hold a child's hand, and put something on it if you want to soften the, the calluses. And I hold mine like a pencil. But what you should do is you should try different ways of holding it. Holding it. Some people like to go straight up and down. Some people grab the hook like this, and go straight up and down. So you just figure out what works for you. I've got a little bit of work to do here. This isn't everything I want it to be. So I've got to get this figured out. All right. So thank you for watching this week. Most of you only watch for about 40 seconds, but I know some of you watch right to the end, and I appreciate it. And when you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. So it's important that we share it. And thanks to the people who respond to my Sunday letters. I appreciate you. And I appreciate everyone who shops at the studio and supports the studio and shares our videos and likes and all whatever it is that you do and support us. We notice. We appreciate it. Thank you. When you share rug hooking, you never know what you're sharing. Take care. Oh, the inspiration sessions this afternoon,
I was just gonna say
3 p.m. If you're in the inspiration sessions, I'm with you 3 p.m. this afternoon, and I'm looking forward to it. So members of the inspiration sessions get a free Zoom hook in every month with me. And we just get together and we talk and we ask questions and we share our visits.
And there's a spot.
3 p.m. Atlantic.
And there's what?
There's a spot.
2 p.m.
September for the
Eastern.
Oh,
course.
we have one spot.
The next person didn't.
Okay, so we have one spot left in our 3-day September workshop. So Angela, we should make that live again. Can you make that live?
The wait.
Not the wait list, but turn it into.
Yep.
So we have one spot left. Just make sure there's only one on the wait list because we're only taking 8 people for these things. Got one starting in June, so it's 8 people in this little studio. And I'm going to work with you. I've got it all planned out how I'm going to do it, and we're going to have a 3-day workshop. So thank you. See ya. Bye-bye. One spot left.